one thing that's always made me feel better during my toughest postpartum days? More shit Mondays. Every time. Something about it. It's just so special. More Shit Monday is brought to you by CVS Health. Enjoy the clip. For anyone who doesn't know, 6 to 12 months or sometimes 6 to 18 months is the most common timeline for making a full physical and emotional recovery after childbirth. And I'm giving you those stats based on research. I'm telling you personally, it has taken me 12 months, all 4 times. All 4 times I have not felt fully recovered until at least 12 months. For more context, the first 6 to 8 weeks, some women are still bleeding. That's crazy. With one of my children, I don't know which one it was. Because they're all different. One of them, I was still bleeding at 6 weeks. It was still as if I was having a period at 6 weeks postpartum. No. I've also talked openly about baby blues with Rebecca Fox last year, the therapist that we had on for our postpartum episode. And I do think that this time around, I didn't necessarily, sometimes I'm just sad. Sometimes I'm just sad postpartum. Sometimes it manifests in some anxious thoughts, but I'm anxious all the time. So is it that or is it this? You know what I mean? Postpartum anxiety sometimes manifests. Sometimes I just feel sad. With Finn, I think it was not as much as after I had Wyatt and after I had Benny. Those were the 2 postpartums where I really felt like I was experiencing more of those like deeply sad feelings and thoughts and more anxiety associated with themselves and caring for them, which I would equate to postpartum anxiety. But I am hyper aware of those things because I do want to make sure that if I'm out here talking about other people having the courage to speak up, ask for help, do those things, if you're going to say, you got to do it, right? So I really try my best to, if I need help, ask for help. So I like to be really tuned in on, is that helpful or unhelpful? And do I need to talk to someone about that? But for Finny, it didn't feel quite so heavy. So that was a positive. 4 babies in, my favorite way to get my pink back. And for those of you who don't know, get your pink back is a phrase that is referring to flamingos that when they are having offspring, that they actually become a duller color. And after they are done child rearing, we'll call it, they get their pink back or become more vibrant again in their feathers. This is a very appropriate phrase for motherhood. And I would say that 4 kids in, the way that you get your pink back is, I know that this is such a cliche answer, but taking time for yourself, literally in anything that you can do. Going, getting coffee by yourself, doing things that make you happy. If that's getting a massage, if that's getting your nails done, if that's going and sitting in a park to get fresh air, if that's going outside to, I don't know, go for a run, if it's a workout, if it's, I don't know, literally anything, whatever fills your cup, personally your cup, that is for you. We need to make sure that we allocate the time to do that for ourselves. You were someone before you had kids. You were an individual. You were a person before you had kids. And although you now have the greatest pleasure and honor of being a mom, that doesn't mean that you are not also still the person that you have always been. So I think it's really important to continue to do things for yourself and to try and do things for yourself in a way that does not impose a ton of mom guilt onto you, because that is, I think, the hardest part. That you could schedule a babysitter so you could go and get your nails done, or you could schedule a babysitter so you can go to the grocery store by yourself so you don't get yelled at by a child while you're doing your grocery shopping. You could schedule a babysitter to go and get a massage, but then is there guilt because you're like, why am I scheduling childcare for me to go do self-care? Or sometimes it's as simple as if it's not like during a time where your significant other or partner is tied up, sometimes there's guilt even associated with asking your partner for help, which is crazy sauce. You should not feel guilty about that. Those are typically the times where I'm like, hey, Jay, I'm going out. There are times where in the morning we'll look at each other and say, do you want coffee? And he'll say, yeah, do you want to go or do you want me to go? And it's sweet that he does that because I think he already knows the answer. And I will say, I'll go every time, nearly every single time. But you should take the time to do that for yourself. You should take the time to find something that's going to fill your cup. And you should tell the people around you, whether that's your spouse or significant other or a caregiver, a babysitter, a grandparent, you should tell them, hey, I would like to carve out this 2-hour slot. I'm going to get my hair done. And you do that and you don't feel bad about it because you should get to do that for yourself. So next time you think, I feel bad about going to get a massage, or I feel bad for going to get a coffee and sitting in the park quietly by myself, say, Kylie be mad at me for being mad at myself. How about that?